Hey everybody, a very exciting episode of the Mish and Zach Podcast this week. We're talking brabrogies, which is a cheese toasty type thing from South Africa. Mish is telling us all the things that could get her cancelled from the podcast. And also we're talking about one of the most depressing films ever made. It's an emotional roller coaster, everybody. Enjoy the episode. Oh my Lord.
Mish and Zach.
All right, welcome to Mish and Zach. That's right. Another week, another episode. Thus is the way with podcasts. The ever continuing. We keep rolling this entertainment content rock up the mountain for you, only for it to fall just before we reach the peak.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem with podcasts, in my opinion, and this is a rare thing for someone to say that has had shows cancelled, is that there is no one to cancel your podcast.
True.
All through our industry is people bitching and complaining about being cancelled. But you know what's worse is when you just make it forever.
Well, no, that's the thing. People who get cancelled often turn to podcasts.
Are you talking about cancel as in cancel culture?
A bit of both.
I was talking about like a show getting cancelled.
They're getting the can.
Getting the can.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying, generally speaking, people who get cancelled can come onto podcasts because they can self-produce it.
Mish, depending on what for, if you got cancelled, I would still be your friend.
Same to you, depending on what for.
Yeah.
Would you keep doing this podcast with me?
Depending on why you got cancelled.
All right, let's play a little game.
No. That's cutting areas.
Let's
You're in Cut Town.
No,
right now.
okay. No, let's just say that someone I went to high school with makes a TikTok that goes viral, and the TikTok is like, oh, I went to high school with this girl who does this podcast called the Mish and Zach Podcast. Mm-hmm. And when we were in year 8, she kissed my boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, no, I would drop you if it was that bad. But
yeah, that's fair. I'm the other woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I would drop you. Like
For me, I'd be like, it was 22 years ago. You've grown.
Thank you.
I would release a statement saying I didn't know Mish was that type of person.
Yeah.
We have recorded episodes.
We were friendly, but we weren't friends.
For a long time. Yeah, I would background to Deadline.
Yeah.
I would get Deadline to write an article about the fact that you and I had been doing the podcast but hadn't been friends for years.
Yes.
It had been sort of an obligation, but I would drop you so quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just meant like...
What if I robbed a bank?
Oh, no.
I'd drop you for that.
You would stop doing the podcast with me?
I would
Pretty
stay with
much
you for
anything.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hoping you wouldn't dig into my... You're out.
No, fair call.
No, I'm playing.
If you robbed a bank, I would stop doing the podcast with you, but I think I'd still be your friend.
Yeah.
Because something was going on there.
If you robbed a bank, I would still do the podcast. I would probably say, hey,
The
as your
podcast
friend,
would go off, Tom. You'd want us to keep doing the
Yeah,
podcast.
most non-violent crimes I would still support you with. If you ripped anyone off and you stole from people, that's different.
that's
But
different.
From a bank, fuck them.
Yeah. Coles. What if I stole from Coles?
I know you do regularly, Michelle.
I've never stolen from
You
Coles.
have.
From Coles.
You put red
Never.
onions instead of brown onions.
Yeah.
Well, Mish, that's technically stealing.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know. But no, I've
I
never
just want
stolen
the
from Coles.
listeners to
There
know
was a girl
that me and Mish have not been friends for a long time, and this will be our last podcast. I didn't know you stole from Coles.
I've never stolen from Coles. I may have accidentally put things through as onions.
Accidentally. Oh, the story's changing.
I'm only human. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, the 5 kilo Christmas ham goes through as onions.
It's onions or iceberg lettuce. Just a lot of iceberg lettuce. No, I would be petrified to steal from a supermarket. Petrified to steal in general.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what I don't really steal from.
Okay, hypothetically, I want to play this game.
Oh,
What if I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be safe.
Okay.
What if it's just a hypothetical.
Okay.
I came to you and I was like, hey, I've been talking heaps with Matt, my partner.
Okay.
And he'd like to join me at these podcasts. He'd just sit in the corner, but he has to come to every record.
What?
Sit in the corner like a cup.
Like a cuck. Like a little cuck.
He likes to.
Is he on air? Or
Nah,
what's happening?
nah.
He just wants to.
He just wants to be here.
I would, Mish. Truly, if that was actually what you said,
Yeah.
I would point blank say, I would say no, because that's weird. And then I would say like that. Why is he doing that? I would do like a you okay? That. I'm sorry to be like serious here, but that feels coercive.
No, of course, and I respect that you do that. But then if I said to you, no, we're just so in love.
And what I would say to you, and truly this is what I would say to you. Sorry for not being funny in my answer.
Yeah.
I would say to you, okay. I think I would say something like this. I would say, okay, I understand that that's how you feel. I want you to know that if he is being coercive or emotionally controlling, I am always here for you.
Thank you.
I'm never going to step away. I'm never going to let that get in the way of our friendship, but I am always here for you. And then you could keep talking and be like, we're done here. I just want you to know that.
So the answer is no, he can't come.
No, I'm not letting someone sit in the corner like a cat.
I mean, Paul used to let Yoko come to rehearsals.
Yeah.
Why can't Matt come?
Yeah, but
and
then
watch
look
Mish
what
and
happened
record?
there.
Wow, that's
look
true.
what happened there.
Ended in tears.
Yeah, exactly.
I probably would need more context, right? So, okay, all right, let's really dig into this.
What if he's about to move to South Africa and we only have a month left together?
And you just want to be with him?
Yeah, for a month.
You're like, if you came to me and you said, he wants to sit in on the podcast, I'd go, that's odd. No,
Yeah, no, I said I want him to.
But if you come and you say, look, he's moving to South Africa in a month to make brabrogies.
His dream.
His
real dream.
He's starting a little brabrogi restaurant. It's not just a cheese toasty.
That is it's been his dream since he was a small boy.
Put mango, put some chutney and some mayonnaise in a little brabrogi. So
Yeah, we have 1 month together.
And you said, look, I just want to be with him every day.
Yeah.
Yes, I would be fine with that.
Would you tell everybody?
I would be like, that's odd, and I'd probably have a conversation with Tom, not like a formal one, just like when I catch Tom alone at the end of a night or something, I'd be like, it's a bit weird, Matt sitting here, and then
And what if,
All right,
what
Matt.
if,
No, Matt, get out.
So you're
Zach's made it clear. Get out.
oh, but hey, no, wait, love you, baby.
Good bit, Tom.
Yeah,
Thank
very
you.
good bit.
Matt's
for the
not
comments.
actually.
He's not here.
Yeah.
He was here the whole time.
No,
What
that
would you
was-
say if I said to you it's a bit weird? Would you be like, yeah?
I'd have to dig into why. To be real, I'd have to really find out what the motivation driving both of them is. Make sure it's...
I've just told you he wants to move to South Africa to open a small restaurant.
Serving what?
Right, broke.
Do you know what a brabrogi is?
It's so much more than a cheese toast.
Yeah, brabrogi. There's this girl on my Instagram. I sent you this clip. There's this little white girl, like lady. She's a lady, but she just, all of her content, she's a South African. All of her content is about brabrogis. And I'm like, and it's just, and I don't know why, but it has just become the majority of my feed is her just like, you can't just make a brabrogi with it's just this weird, like Danish, South African, Afrikaan version of a cheese toast. She's like, my favourite food is brabrogi.
Oh, can you send me this?
Yeah, I've been
so
meaning,
funny.
but I've never found the right one to send to you.
Yeah,
I've been
no,
meaning
fair.
to send this to you because it's your.
Okay.
And then she like started doing more and more content about, and then like all the comments are in Afrikaan. So it's like, alright, you know, alright.
How did you find this one?
I don't know. I think there was like, I think it started with, I think she was on like a dating one, and it was just two South African. I feel really bad. Don't bully this girl if you find her. But it was like her and another boy's like, what is your ideal date? And she's like, oh, I love dancing and having brabrogi or whatever. And I think it like, I thought
Why
that was
is
funny.
she so obsessed with brabrogi?
And then she. Have you ever heard of a brabrogi?
No.
I've never heard of a brabrogi either, right? So it's just, and she's obsessed with brabrogi, and then like there's lots of videos about her making brabrogi.
I'm gonna piss.
And then one day I was like, what's going on with this girl? Why does she keep... And then I like went onto her account, apparently, and she does like little dancey ones, and they get better numbers, but I'm not getting the dancing ones. I'm not getting the...
You're not that sort of person.
No,
You're
I'm
a
getting
brabrogi person.
this 20-year-old girl, none of her doing provocative dances, all of her talking about brabrogis. And then this is the best part. That's traveling along.
Oh, my
And then
face.
she released a song about brogies.
Is she a comedian?
No, I don't know what she is.
Find her.
And then she's like, so her song is like, oh, brogi. And then there's like three white South Africans.
What the fuck?
Three white South Africans behind her cooking brogies. And that's her song.
I'm gonna weep.
And then she did like a big gig recently singing about brogies.
I'm too old to laugh this much.
And I ended up Googling brogi because like I was like, what the fuck is a brogi? And then she goes,
Stop saying brogi.
and then she goes, this has been in my brain for like weeks. And then she's like, someone was like, it's just a toasty. She's like, a brogi is so much more than a toasty, bro. And because apparently a brogi has sliced onion, tomato, and then mayonnaise mixed with chutney.
Ew.
And then you cook it on the braai, which is like a barbecue type thing.
I can't.
And then I looked up the recipe for brogi.
Is this what happens for you all the time? Like you're watching her all the time? Or did you find her
No,
one
I
night?
have had some. I've got my feed is in a really strange place. It's this girl talking about brogi. And then it's this Inuit guy in Canada who is eating frozen meat, who eats frozen meat.
I've seen it. Yep.
Right. It's him and it's her. And like, honestly, something has happened to my Reels algorithm, which I think it just alternates between the two of them.
Have you guys seen The Outdoor Boy? The Outdoor Boys?
No.
Massive fan.
I'm obsessed
On YouTube. I
with
love it on
him.
YouTube.
Yeah,
YouTube.
that. Yeah,
Cave, the ice cave guy.
Yeah.
just some guy who's just like, here's my bag of dough and a tarp, and I'm going to survive out here for a week. And he just like digs a trench in the snow and sleeps in it.
Yeah, I love him.
He's absolute psycho, but he's so chill.
It's just like he loves to do it. He brings
I love
brings
him.
his kids and
Did you watch his Australia vlog? It was great.
No.
He was here just recently. He went to the AFL.
Did he go to the desert?
Yeah,
go
he
see
spent most of
someone?
the time in Darwin. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing stuff. Yeah. It's very interesting.
Oh my God, I
That's
simply must
cool.
watch.
Yeah.
I
Did
quite
he make
like
a brogi?
No, he did not.
After the ad break, I've got another hypothetical as to whether or not I would get kicked out of the podcast.
Okay.
Welcome back. Okay, so we were talking about getting kicked out of the podcast. What if I had a prerequisite, right? If I was like, hey guys, like we had our next meeting, and I said, look, I think for the next few months, what I really, really need from you all is when I see you, that we each have a secret handshake, or that we each have our own personal handshake. Now, I've been into the NRL lately, so I hate to bring up sports, but you spoke about bride brokies for a bit, so I think I've got a couple of minutes. And the captain
I
of
think brogies are for everyone.
so Stephen Crichton.
South Africa is famously a culture.
So I am a.
It doesn't exclude people.
Fuck.
Sorry.
So in the NRL, I'm a Bulldogs, a Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs supporter because my partner is. I've gotten into it in the last year. Stephen Crichton is the captain. I can't believe I know this. Crazy. And every time they win a game, and they're winning a lot this year.
So, Mish, if your question is, would I kick you out if you keep talking about this shit?
Stop it.
No, I love that you love this.
No, but I'm about to get to the point. Every time they win a game, which is a lot recently,
Yeah, great.
he has a different handshake with every single member of the team.
Oh, that's nice.
Is that a normal thing?
LeBron has that with a lot of ex-teammates and teammates as well. Yeah.
Well, Stephen Crichton has it. Stephen Crichton is one of the
So
most
it's that about
beautiful.
one-on-one connection.
Yeah, so I would come up to you and do one kind of handshake, and then I'd go up to Tom and do a different kind of handshake.
If you said this is important to me,
Yeah.
I will tell you in all truth. I mean, I've worked. I'm a collaborative person. Almost every project I've ever done has been collaborations, so I've never done anything quite like that. But I am very open and willing to truly. If you said to me, "Look, I want to have a secret handshake," if someone in Auntie Donna said, "I want to have a secret handshake with each person," if I'm still working with Alexi in the next few weeks, if he said, look, for the encore shows, I want to have a secret handshake, I would go, yep, cool. If that's important to you, I'd be happy to. Truly, not a word of a lie. If you felt that was important, if you felt that helped you in any way, I would go with it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a very innocuous one, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I kind of want to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I saw him doing it and I was like, that's cool.
It's funny. I
feel a little cornered right now.
You see, you already have one.
Yeah, I have one with
Lucy.
Lucy. Yeah, for whatever reason.
Lucy, who works in our office.
Yeah, I don't know how or why, but we have one like that. I used to do with mates at high school.
Yeah.
And it's like, you do the handshake, then you turn it into one of these, and then you'd fist bump.
Wow.
Yeah, and we do it.
See, I love that.
That's great.
We could get a choreographer to get a really interesting one.
Anna
could do it for us.
I feel cornered right now.
No, I'm just saying it would be fun. I'm not going to force you
I
into
wish you'd
it.
asked me
Off air.
Off air. But off air, I would have gone, yep, if that's important to you.
Yeah, I just think it could be fun.
Yep, okay. Happy to be a part of that, mate.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Happy to do that.
Thank you.
No worries.
Hey, do you want to do a quick round of what's something cool you watched this week?
What's something cool you watch this week? What's something cool you watch this week? Oh, did you want to throw to someone?
I just haven't sung the song for
Really?
No, I'm
let's
cutting
do
him
a
off.
double.
No, can you imagine the hate I'll get for daring to cut Zach off from the song?
No,
I
I didn't realize. I was just doing it because I feel like I never put myself forward to do it.
Yeah. Hit it, Mishy.
Yeah.
I don't want to anymore. I'm shy.
No, Mish, I didn't know you wanted
No, I don't even want to anymore.
Mish, do it.
Do it, please.
Please. Just better be good as always. Go.
What's something cool that you watched this week? What's something cool that you watched this week with Mish and Zach?
That was so good.
That's really
You
good.
fuck off. All right.
How good was that, Tom?
That was really good.
Dogs.
Oh, sorry. Me and Tom already have one.
Why are you bullying me?
The listener, me and Tom just did a secret handshake.
It was so mean.
We got Anna to choreograph for us.
Anyway.
If you want to watch our secret handshake, check out our YouTube. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. It's good for the YouTube. Anyway, do you want to go first?
No.
I watched some fun things this week, but I want to talk specifically about Elephant, a movie I didn't even know existed, but it's apparently quite popular. It is a Gus Van Sant movie made in 2003, set at a high school, pretty much over the course of one singular day, and I think shouldn't give away the end, should I?
Did you know that was coming when I ruined it for you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I knew it was coming when they rocked up.
Yeah.
about the halfway mark.
Look, I always knew what it was about. I think you can spoil it. If you are wanting to watch it, it's a very cool film. It's not cool. It's a very powerful film. Spoiler warning. Go watch Elephant. Spoiler warning. All right, there you go.
Yeah, big spoiler warning. It's set in a high school over the course of a day where a school shooting happens.
Oh, God.
Oh, heavy.
Very
Heavy.
yeah, kind of based on the whole Columbine shooting, and very, very heavy, very, very heavy. So not to take away from that, but on the flip side of it is I don't think I've seen a movie where high schoolers are captured so well for their awkwardness and just the kind of like how woeful teenagers can be and just pathetic. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, and me included when I was a teenager, but I think it just captures the awkwardness of that 14 to 17-year-old age range.
I think it's an incredible
well.
film. I saw it when I was maybe 13. I think my sister, who was working at a video shop at the time, got a preview DVD of it, and I remember watching it. I remember I think my sister and maybe one of her friends was watching it, and they got bored. They didn't love it, and I remember just being like, it's a movie I've been meaning to rewatch for 20 plus years, right? But it has stuck with me more than any, it has stayed in my brain. It's an incredibly powerful film, and it's incredibly powerful in its simplicity.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's an experimental film, I would say.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that
and it's cut a lot of the I believe. I am making up a number here, but something along the lines of 85% of the cast is just they're not actors.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of them, like, it was their first role,
Yeah.
even if they are now. Also, it's like that those long takes, it's constructed out of very long sort of tracking shot takes, and obviously there'd been long takes before that. I think it's something that has seeped through filmmaking. A lot of filmmakers have used it as a reference since it came out. Even he has. Like, I remember, have you ever seen Milk?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bit, which I thought was really powerful, because he did a whole trilogy of films like this. But, like, that way it just tracks and follows people. Milk has a moment when Milk is assassinated that is shot very similarly to that, like when it follows the assassin through, and it's like, and I think there's just something really incredible about, like, here's a filmmaker that will go and make really experimental films, and then when he makes something slightly more accessible, he takes from the toolkit he's developed, like he experiments for a whole movie and then he'll apply that for one scene. That's why I love Gus Van Sant as a filmmaker.
Yeah, I think I just excuse me. I didn't think it was boring. I can see why people would, because some of those shots take forever and it feels like nothing is happening.
And I think if you're 14, 15...
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe more.
But as an adult watching, because there's one scene where they just follow this guy who's walking through to find his girlfriend on the other end of the school. And he's just walking, everything's calm, nothing's happened yet. And it's honestly about a 7-minute shot of him just walking through the school. And again, not much spectacular is happening, but it was just such a little, like, time capsule moment of a high school, like, of just being a random kid at this random school of hundreds of kids. You're essentially a number, which is a horrible thing, but you all are when you're in high school, like, and just walking through. It was crazy. It was just very cool.
Something that's very powerful about that is that's a much more, I'm sorry to get serious, but it's like, that's a much more, Tom just like before this was like, you guys are very serious.
You guys aren't funny that much.
Which is not a criticism.
No, but I think just something I wanted to say, because it is a film that, like I said, has stuck with me. There's something about the mundanity of it all. Yeah. Like it makes the mundane beautiful, and that like so much of, there's something to when something so shocking like a school shooting happens, particularly when it happened less often. You want to build narratives. I'm getting a bit lanky here, but it's like you want to build narratives around that, and you want to create these stories and ideas. You want to search for reason as to why the kids did it.
Yeah.
And you also want to, like, sort of lionize the children, the victims of it. And I think there's just something very powerful about a film that just sort of says, no, before that moment happened, they were just walking from class to class. They were just going to the library. They were just living their lives in a very mundane way. And I just sort of wanted to say one other thing, which was, because I watched it when I was at school, I remember I would have moments where I'd just be walking around school. I'd just be walking from one class to the other, and I would think of the movie. It would just, like, pop into my head in a really profound way, like that boring, mundane, awkward kid with my backpack on, walking from one place to another. And I would just go, like, it would just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I would just remember the movie. It gets into your skin in a really incredible way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, great choice.
Thank you.
Sorry I ruined it for you.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, there was that. But it's kind of set out in little chapters that are all titled a different name of a different person at that school. And you want so badly, it's kind of touching on what you were just saying before, you want so badly to get a really good understanding of who that person is, because they're either going to be, they're a part of this situation, and you want to know their backstory and you want to know how they're going to get out of this. And it often isn't that at all. It's just them walking from one class to another, or, you know, going to the library and checking out a book and stuff. And you get such little information about these people, but you just become so invested in them because, again, I haven't seen a film that kind of captures being a teenager quite like this film. I'm not saying it's the best at it, but it's up there. But it's the way they capture the simplicity of being that age.
There's a great notion. I think I haven't seen The Hours in a long time, but it's interesting.
Fucking
The Hours
love
came
that
out at
movie.
a similar time, and it's based on Mrs. Dalloway, which
Oh, wait, wrong movie. I was thinking of The Others.
The Others is great too. Same time, same actor,
Yeah.
but The Hours is great. And I think there's something really interesting because I think like the idea of The Hours is that it's a film that is ostensibly talking about the idea that we record lives and we make narratives of people's lives over years, but actually people live their lives in the hours. That's kind of the crux of the film in a way. That the life we live is in those mundane moments from hour to hour, day to day, like just the small interactions. And it's funny because The Hours kind of captures that, but I think this film captures it so much more powerfully, that the life that's lost is not this grand thing. It's just these small, very fucked up film.
Fucked up.
But powerful.
What's something cool you watched this week, Zach?
All right. What's something cool I watched this week? All right. I did watch Scooby-Doo.
I've never seen it, and I'm so keen.
But my choice is Juror No. 2.
Oh, yeah.
So I just went to Perth, and on the one, like I played a phone game where I was, and then I watched Juror No. 2, and then on the way back I watched Scooby-Doo. But I'm going to choose Juror No. 2. Have you seen Juror No. 2?
Nope.
Clint Eastwood film. Mish, get a load of this cast. As I pull it up. The cast is Nicholas Hoult, that's fine. Toni Collette, J.K. Simmons, then a bunch of other people. It's it's good. It's Clint Eastwood.
You had to pull that up?
Yeah.
I love Toni Collette.
It's like 2 hours, 40 minutes. It's one of my favorite movies of all time is 12 Angry Men. This is like kind of that, but not as good. It's just like it's about a guy who, the less you know, the better, but he's a juror in a case, and then like he's like, oh no, I know something about this case that could change everything, but it's like this moral quandary. And it's just got this like, that quality of like a film that you just go, fuck. The review, do you want to hear my Letterboxd review? I'll read my Letterboxd review for it.
Sure.
All right, here we go. And this is my one review. When Clint Eastwood retires, who's going to make movies for me to watch on long-haul flights? That's my review. It was just like Toni Collette plays this lawyer. Everyone's good in it.
Love that.
They clearly shot it in as few
perfect
takes as
plane
possible. Movie. And it's like that kind of drama, as much as I've said it's my least favourite kind of drama, I do miss it. They're making less and less of them. Just a good, well-written...
When you find a good one...
and they're rare. That used to be like Hollywood's bread and butter, but just like some good actors, some good writing, competently directed. Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it. Just a nice little easy movie.
Did you watch anything, Tom?
Oh, you know what I was going to say? My son got into Ice Age recently.
Hey!
Yeah, so I'm on board with Ice Age because we watched the Easter one.
What do you think of the sloth titties?
I can't remember any.
They're only in the
titties.
first one.
Right, I only seen bits and pieces. We watched a lot of Scrat Tales. We really like Scrat Tales.
Scrat.
But the weirdest thing is because I watched like the 6th one maybe first, or The Great Escapade, it's so weird that he has like this full New York family.
Yeah.
And everyone has accents from New York.
Yeah.
And that's really odd. And
It's very odd. In the first film, it's really easy because there's just 3 of them.
Yeah.
But then every film after that, they pick up about 2 or 3 other people who stick around. So by the time we get to the end of the Ice Age movies, he's got like a full extended...
Yeah, little raccoons. And
everyone has a couple of lines. It becomes like a very complicated ensemble film over the last 2 or 3.
100%.
Yeah.
How exciting that you're getting into those.
Wow,
you should get him to listen to our podcast episodes after.
Yeah. Unlikely.
No, I think that's a good idea.
I would Ice Age. But then actually better Ice Age than like a film I really like.
Yes.
I know people that are like, I want my kid. I've bumped into a friend that was like, they're just getting their kid into the stuff they love. So they're like, they're getting them into like the golden age of Disney. But I'm like, kids are so, like, I love kids, but they're so fucking annoying when you're trying to watch a movie with them. I'm like, it's a good bit. And they're like playing with their blocks or whatever.
100%. I tried to get my son into Soul, and then I was like, actually, this is a mistake. I don't want
Soul the
I don't
movie.
want that. Yeah. I don't want that. So I will stick with Cars because I don't mind
You don't mind watching 15 minutes of it every fucking day?
Yeah.
Have you done Hercules
the first
yet?
15 minutes?
No.
Hercules.
That's a good
He
one.
like Cars is by far the number one,
Yeah.
then Planes, and then like a bunch of other stuff like Hot Wheels and more TV showy sort of ones.
Yeah, but Hercules
Is he into Bluey?
Not particularly, no. Like
Peppa Pig?
He knows Bluey. No, not Peppa Pig.
What about Coco Melon?
Not so much.
Coco Melon is so annoying.
He's really. Can I tell you one funny story?
Yeah.
I found this really funny.
Yeah, please.
It's not that funny. It's just a boring dad story.
No, I love
Oh, I
it.
love
This is
these.
beautiful.
But he loves this thing called the Sunny Bunnies, right?
Oh, what's
Which
this?
are like, they don't speak English, they're just noise, right? And they're these like modern day Teletubbies almost.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like just cute little fluffy Sunny Bunnies. And we call them the Funny Bunnies because they're funny, right? And Elle just the other day, she was like, I've had enough of the fucking funny bunnies. I can't deal with the funny bunnies anymore. So Atlas was like, Daddy, funny bunnies, funny bunnies, funny bunnies. And I was like, Atlas, I didn't know what to say. I feel like it sounds
You
like
throw
I
under
made
the
it up.
bus. Mummy won't let you.
No, worse, I was like, no, funny bunnies have gone away. He's like, what happened to funnies? He was like, Daddy ate them. I was like, I ate them. I ate the funny bunnies.
What did he do?
He was like, oh, okay. Like, he doesn't care. He
Oh,
just
thank
takes everything in
God.
his stride. But someone came over. I can't remember if it was his bubble. And the first thing he said, Daddy ate the funny bunnies. And he just like did that kid thing of regurgitating it.
Oh my God, bless.
So-
Do you know what's going to happen is one day he's going to be out and see the funny bunnies somewhere. And he's going to be like, Daddy lied.
Yeah, Daddy,
I'd be
Daddy
deeply
didn't eat the funny bunnies.
Yeah, Daddy's full of shit.
He's going to be 20. He's going to be 35 years old. He's
Yeah.
going to be at a psychologist. And it's like, and why do you think you cry whenever you see a bunny that is funny?
Daddy told me that he ate them once. That fucked
You
me
get a
up.
phone call. You get a phone call. Dad, did you ever say you ate the funny bunnies?
Was that one of like the first time, you lie to your kids and it comes back to bite you? It was my first time of that.
I don't.
And he has memory
I don't
now.
blame. People love to like. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't
Whatever.
care.
Kids have
It was a very funny one.
crazy memory though.
Yeah.
Like crazy memory. I don't have many stories to attach to that. I just wanted to.
No,
add
it's
that.
insane, Mish. He can't
They're like
remember.
sponges.
He can't remember what he did 2 minutes ago or 5 minutes ago, but I can go outside. I can go, whose car is that? Papu's car. Whose car is that? Mummy's car.
He
Whose
likes
car is that?
cars.
He just remembers every single
He
person's
likes
car.
cars.
I remember
Nana's
being
car,
in year
your dad's
7
car.
and not remembering anything from grade 6.
Yeah,
So my brain is different to the brains you're describing.
100%.
Yeah. Hey, what are we watching for Leguizamo this week, Zach?
We are watching all 8 episodes of season 1 of Fairfax, an adult animated cartoon on Amazon Prime.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can watch it right now if you
So
want to.
you've got. So if you're listening to this on the Tuesday, you've got 2 days. You've got 2 days to watch all 8 episodes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to the Mish and Zach podcast. We'll be back next week because we're here every Tuesday. And if you like Leguizamo, that's on Thursdays. It's going to be a really good one this week. Can't wait to have a little chat to you about Fairfax.
Get on our YouTube, leave nice comments,
Nice ones.
subscribe, and
Not
hit
ones
the bell
that are,
icon.
Not comments like, I don't know why, but I have the weirdest, strangest crush on her. What's weird and strange about me?
Sorry about that. But don't
say stuff like that.
because that's not a compliment. That's not a compliment.
Compliments, though. Can they put compliments
You can
under
give
it?
compliments, and here's what I'm going to say: is next week we're going to read a few of them.
Good idea.
We're going to read a few of your comments, but only comments by people that have subscribed and hit the bell notification. So
and
come
said,
along
giving us compliments.
and give us funny, but not rude funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, go compliment, watch a few vids, and we will be reading them next week. Thank you.
No one forget that.
No, Tom, that's on you.
I know, it's on me.
Yeah. Catch you on Thursday for Leguizamo or next week for the Mish and Zach podcast. Bye.
Bye. The Mish and Zach podcast is recorded on the lands of the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation. We believe that our collective culture will never reach its full potential until we embrace the history and the truth of the oldest cultures of this land.